tell us a little bit about yourself? What school do you attend? What is your major? Where are you from? And what is your ethnic background?
All right. Well, I'm originally from the hometown. My hometown is North Canton, Ohio, which is in the Akron Canton area, and I attend the Columbus College of Art and Design, which is a very wonderful school that I'm proud to be a part of. My major is 3D modeling and texturing for game art, so it's a little unexpected for someone from my background to be speaking up about this. And my family background is my mother is Korean. She's from Ansan, South Korea, and my father is from Barberton, Ohio.
For our audience who may not be familiar with the Miss Akron Canton Pageant, could you please tell us about the pageant that you will be participating in October?
Well, the pageant is on October 15th, and the Miss Akron Canton organization is part of the Miss America system. So there's the Miss Food system and the Miss America system, and those are two separate pageants. So if I have the honor of becoming the local title holder of Akron Canton, I will automatically advance to Miss Ohio, and then the winner of Miss Ohio, which I'm aiming for, will hopefully be the next Miss America.
Why did you decide to run for the Miss Akron Canton Pageant?
Well, originally I was invited by the pageant's director, Ali Hoffman, and at first I was like, oh, this sounds pretty fun. This isn't something I would ever see myself doing. Why don't I go ahead and do it? But when I started this pageant, I wasn't taking it as seriously as I should have, because I didn't think that I could make a difference. Thanks to HRNK, to Rosa, and to Greg, I realized that my voice is powerful and it matters, and I hope that I can encourage other people to speak up as well about this issue.
How do you think these pageants will contribute to your personal growth?
If I am crowned Miss Ohio, and if I am crowned Miss America, I'll be able to reach more people and to get this issue across to much more people. I'm very grateful to say that I am in a period of my life where I'm comfortable with who I am, and I'm comfortable with what I look like. So, and that's something that I did struggle with in the past, and it's something that everybody struggles with. But I'm ready to take the next step and stop and finish improving myself and start helping to improve others' lives.
But if I am crowned Miss Akron Canton, I would like to discuss this issue with several of the school boards in my community, not only in North Canton, but hopefully in Columbus as well, to hopefully have human rights as a whole unit, because it's not a thing of the past. Like, concentration camps are not a thing of the past, and I feel like that's the conception that most Americans have today. Like, we're done with it, we've grown. They think that we're done with it, they think that we've grown as a world, but that's just not the truth. We need to really take a stand in our schools, encourage our school systems to teach diversity, to teach empathy, and to teach about human rights, because these are future lawmakers, future presidents we're talking about. So it's really important that we start from our education system as well.
As a contestant in the Miss Akron Canton Pageant, what would you like to accomplish for the people of North Korea?
Well, for one, I would really like this to be an issue that we don't have to talk about. Like, these people have suffered so much, and to see the Koreas unified under one stable government that puts its people in front of its warheads would be the ultimate goal for me. But unfortunately, we have to take smaller steps to get to that point. So I feel like focusing on the repatriation of North Korean citizens from China back into North Korea is an issue that really, really needs to be addressed, and I think it's something that we can fix right now in our generation.
11. So what is the challenge of your generation? This is the other question that I would ask.
In America, I feel like our youth has been so influenced by human rights issues. We've seen a huge growth in LGBTQA plus human rights issues, which is a great step forward. I think we've been able to have the time and the empathy to really relate to the people who are suffering and to try and change. I mean, we see it with the Black Lives Matter movement, we see it with the LGBTQIA plus movements. It's just so amazing, and I think now that we've helped solve these issues on our home front, and there are definitely more issues in America that need to be addressed, but I also think that some American youths, like some of my peers, were ready to take the next step and start to change the world for the better. Instead of fixing domestic issues, I think we're at the point right now where we can really focus on domestic issues, or international issues.
Being concerned about these international issues, which are really not international, they're universal issues.
Yes.
we basically look after our own national security interest, because these abysmal human rights violations are the reason why the North Korean regime acts the way it does. In order to do away with this clear and present danger, the threat the North Korean regime poses to the United States, we have to begin by improving the human rights situation of the people of North Korea. Perhaps meaningful change will come after that.
Is there an issue in the field of North Korean human rights that you are particularly interested in, and why?
There's really all of the issues in North Korean human rights are of great interest to me, and of course we would like to see them all stop, as I said before. The exportation of forced laborers from North Korea into countries like Poland, China, Russia, even countries in Africa is very surprising to me. I'm very surprised that the other governments of the world would want to support this heinous regime. I'm also interested in the repatriation of North Korean citizens from China back to North Korea, which is, as HRNK has discussed before, is very illegal. So that's also an issue that interests me. But what I see kind of glossed over and what I see kind of not being addressed as much, even though all of these issues are equally horrible, it's just the conditions there are just terrible. But women's rights in North Korea is something that really needs to be addressed more in the media, especially the forced abortions and infanticide taking place in the concentration camps. I think if the public learns more about that, then maybe we can get more interest.
Please remember that human rights in North Korea should not be a political issue.